Ah, gosh dang it. Well, hi nerds. Originally it showed 49 friend requests. That's because, I was actually allowed to accept one friend request. Crazy. So that one person who got it, you saw your name at all last video, feel free to go check and see what's going on. I've been doing Tempest Trials, so I got a bunch of orbs, and it's time to do some freshly picked plot. You know what I mean, right? I'm still missing one of them. Might as well try and see what happens. I only have 5 orbs. We can live the dream, right? There's one blue. Let's see if we can't live the dream. Is the dream real? Probably not. Probably not. No? Oh? That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. I mean, I wanted, I wanted something that accented the chestal area, not something that makes the head look a little bit bigger than it should be. This all sounds very vile and weird, but no head, more chest. That's what I'm trying to. You know what? On second thought, I will just reel that back as quickly as possible, and we'll stop looking at that because that is a disappointment. Maybe eventually I'll actually get the lovable Robin, as if ever gonna happen. Hey, who's this? Anyways, oh, okay. Cool, I got 5 feathers from friends list. Anyways, I got asked a question, and this was about our colorless tier list because we make a joke out of it. In fact, a lot of people make a joke out of him. And that was, of course, with Riss. And several people actually got upset that we put him so low on the tier list, saying he had great abilities and he was really awesome, and, why would you do that to our lovely older gentleman who is such a kindly priest and really loves to be around, that was going to be a really weird way of saying loves to be around children. Why exactly would you be so mean to our man who likes to heal and help people? Well, I guess I'll just give a better explanation than I can, or a little bit more of an in-depth one. So, let's see if I actually have a wrist that I can actually dig up that is actually still around. We still have one. He's level 12 for some reason. This is when I made my whole wrist team, because that's basically a meme in its own right. And let me just say, there are a few things that mostly get in the way when it comes to Riss. Because when you look at his skill set and you talk about him, the first things you're going to notice are, 1, Rehabilitate is a great heal. 2nd, Heavenly Light is not a bad thing. I don't remember if he has Solid Earth Bomb. I think that's something I actually gave him. Could be wrong, though. But, you get, I'm pretty sure it is based on the based on the SP of the game. But he also has Live to Serve, which is another great ability where, if you heal with him, he gets healed as well. But here's the thing that really conflicts with a lot of that, and I know we didn't go into too deep with this, but right now the meta for this game really relies on 2 solid stats, and that, of course, is attack and speed. So to give you an idea, I wish I still had a wrist that could actually, wish I still had my 5-star one, which is kind of a sad way of phrasing things, but, there are 2 stats that I feel Riss does fairly well with, or at least well enough with, in that, well, actually 1 stat, now that I think about it. Mostly, Riss is really good at resistance, which means that he can be a good magical tank, but even with that, there is one solid problem with him that makes him, even now, as I look at him, just very upsetting. So, right now in this day and age, we have units that can basically bust down any unit in 1 hit. We have, like, Brydelia with her, any Brave Bow build. We have Reinhard, who comes in and just, even with the resistance that our good friend Riss has here, he'd still be dealing with a lot more when it comes to someone like Reinhard, who can probably come in and just, quad him and kill him fairly quickly. So then someone might be asking, well, what's the problem? Well, the problem is that his speed is abysmal. I'm fairly sure at neutral he has like 25, and if you happen to have him in it, with the Bane, that's like 23, 22. That is not good. That means that anyone who manages to top that speed is going to outdo him pretty well. Even, you might hone him or something. You might give him, some buffs, maybe even a speed plus if you really wanted to. But in the long run, as much as he's fun as a meme, he's a very fragile character. And even though he has the resistance to handle a lot of attacks from mages, again, we're living in a day and age where Reinhardt exists, and he can come in and bust you down. And I've seen units that even when they have great magical, skills, resistances, they still get destroyed. Let alone with any sort of thing that might be, Blade Tomes will still obliterate him, especially if they're fast. Then, of course, we have, the fast archers, the brave bows that absolutely break things. He is very frail, and the speed does not help him. And that's basically why we put him down at C tier, which was, the worst tier we list. The worst portion of the tier list that we actually had was, of course, the C tier. And unfortunately, he lives there just as much as any of the meme garbage that comes out about him. Because I know how much people love him, but understand that unfortunately, well, we kind of get stuck with him. So whenever you end up rolling for him, and you end up with him, I ran him with a joke and gave, and I'm still very upset about that. I probably took the joke a little too far, for those who don't know and want to understand what I did. I got a Takumi that wasn't that great. I think he had like negative attack, which was terrible, or negative speed. So as a joke, I gave a Riss close counter. Now, before you get super mad, don't worry. I gave it to a much more palatable mage, and if I ever get Elise, I might actually give her that. But in the day and age when we actually have characters like Priscilla here, it's just a little bit better to, well, maybe give, I don't know, live to serve over to the, someone like her, or, if you have Elise, just use her entirely. If you have any other, healer that can do anything, Clarine's great, then chances are you'll want to do those, especially if it's a horse unit and, you can give them something that could boost off of cavalry. There's just no excuse to use him at all. Well, not really no excuse. There's just no reason to. Not to say that, you can't make him work. I'm just saying, all in all, he's only good for memes right now. And holy crap, my Priscilla's almost completely capped on HMs. You know what? I need to look at that, actually. Let me see how much my... Oh, yeah, she's actually the top hero merits because she's the one who gets used the most, actually. My Bride Delia is getting up there. Hey, look, Riss is... Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. I want to look at one more thing before I call it a night. Yeah, that seems about right. That's a lot of badges. Not very many really powerful, the good badges, but still badges nonetheless. Whatever happened to Light's Blessings? Like, seriously, are they dead? I'm guessing when you have modes where everyone dies and it's game over, you kind of have to live with that, don't you? Oh, well. So yeah, I guess I would say that's the best understanding, or at least the best way I can, phrase it to give you an understanding of why I really don't rate Riss that highly. Although he's a great joke at times, it's just not something that you should ever really use. It's kind of like why people go like, hey, I love Henry. Good for you, buddy. I'm glad that you love Henry, but you probably shouldn't use him. That's just the unfortunate part with a lot of these units that, like Lachesis and things like that. But, on the bright side, how much SP do you have, ideally? Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Not as much as some of my other units, but, getting there. Getting there. I'm trying to, I'm going back, nope, that's not the right one. There's my, Tempest Trials team. I'm gonna go and do the last bit of Tempest Trials, guys. I hope you all have a great evening and, have some fun. And hopefully you won't get mad at me disrespecting your meme-based overlord in some fashion. But hey, I'm just telling you straight as it is, guys, okay? Just saying. Hope you guys have fun. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.